Death. Coyote. Mexico. Sick Burnouts.
Hola, Joe.
Hi, suntan.
Yeah, go sun.
Unbelievable.
It's actually come down a little bit too.
That fast?
Well, I mean, it's dim or dulled a little bit.
Yeah,
dulled.
Shedded it. You're a chameleon now.
Yeah. Whenever I leave a different country, I always. Speaking of that, there were iguanas all over the place.
Isn't it wild?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like squirrels to us.
Yeah, we were sitting by the pool, and there was just an iguana walking by. Like,
Hey, what's up? Sorry, am I on your way?
Yeah.
A little more. It seems a little more scary than a squirrel,
Yeah,
but I don't think it really probably is.
I don't think they're scary at all.
No.
I wasn't like some people were freaking out.
Yeah.
They don't bother me at all.
We'll talk a little bit more about your fun vacation here in just a second. Want to remind everybody who's listening, you can follow us and support us on Patreon. Get that additional content on the end of every single episode. Just head over to patreon.com/canyoudon'tpodcast. There's also a link in the episode description. So where exactly did you go in Mexico? What'd you do?
We were in the Puerto Vallarta
Nice.
area.
Hell yeah.
Nuevo Vallarta.
Nuevo, is that balls? Nuevos.
That's new.
Oh.
That's huevos.
Oh.
And those are eggs.
Is there a difference?
Those are eggs. Huevos are eggs.
Okay.
People just call
Balls eggs?
Yeah, because they look like eggs.
Because it looks like it.
They're shaped like eggs.
Oh, one of those, huh? Gotcha. So down there, had some fun.
Yeah, it was we were there for 15 days, and every single day was 83, 84 degrees.
Man.
There was one day there was clouds. One day. And when we left, they de-iced the wings, and it was snowing.
What?
Yeah.
No.
We got a late start because they were de-iced. Not in Mexico.
Oh, I was
when
like,
we left for Mexico.
I was like, you fuck. I was like, what? It seems like
The airport is really high elevation.
should have made the news.
Yeah.
A swing from just 8, next day it's 20.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah,
concerning.
it dropped 60 degrees.
That'd be very concerning. That's awesome. I'm happy for you.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, I bet it was.
How have you been? What have you been up to? Been a couple weeks.
Yeah. I started getting into pinball.
Pinball.
Yeah, I just thought that
Okay.
that'd be cool.
That's not what I was expecting.
Do you know how? And I kind of snapped out of. I was laying in bed, and I was looking up pinball tutorials, and I just zoomed out on my.
Is that your low point?
No, you know that. But I'm sitting there watching. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about what you do and how you punch the whole table around, which I thought was something you're not supposed to do. Turns out you're supposed to do that. And
Wait, you're supposed to, or
Yeah.
it's a hidden?
no, you're supposed to.
It's part of the game.
Every pro is going to bump that board around or the table around to make the ball go where they want it to. Like if it's going,
Is it built to do that though?
Yeah. Like there's a little weight in the. See how much do I know about fucking pinballs
that's
right now,
too
dude?
much.
There's a little weight thing in the middle of every single pinball machine.
Okay.
I guess not every single one. There's probably a time before this existed, and then why they implemented this. But if you hit it too much, the little metal thing hits a ring, and that's what sets off like the tilt warning. So there's a certain play you have to hit these things, and you have a certain number of warnings. So if you're in a really rough spot, you can pound the shit out of it and get away with it. If you do it 1 or 2 more times, then your game's over.
Is that why the Who wrote this song? Was there
Pinball
some
Wizard?
dude that figured all
bet.
that stuff out, and
I
there was
bet.
like he was the guy that was like, dude, this is like no one knew that the game was supposed to be played like that.
Yeah, have a whole thing. But like barely missing a little flipper. Yeah, fucking give it a little nudge.
The dolphin.
No, that's
Flipper?
We actually have a dolphin update here in just a second. No, with the paddle flipper.
Ah,
And it's gonna barely miss it and go down the middle. Just bump it over and hit it.
Oh, that's
totally
sneaky.
fine. And there's some crazy stuff.
I didn't know that.
What I'm saying is, I tuned out, or I zoned out from what I was doing. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, dude, you should have gone to Mexico with Brian.
Yeah,
Because right now, it's sad.
I didn't see a pinball machine in
bet you didn't.
at all.
I bet you didn't.
There's no electricity on the beach.
Yeah, there was not like a pinball machine inside your margarita.
No.
Fine. All right. Well, let's get to that dolphin update because this one, and not the only one, but it's a quick correction we're gonna get to. A handful of our beautiful children sent this in, but this particular one is coming from our son Nick. And I don't have no idea how I never knew this. And I hope you didn't either. It says, hey there, daddies. I was listening to episode 37, and you guys were talking about Hootie and the Blowfish and Darius Rucker. I think I called him Darius Ruckus.
Yeah, he causes a ruckus.
Just like a metal guy. Singing about the Dolphins make him cry. Well, he was actually talking about the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
I didn't fucking know that.
What?
I guess talking about dolphins.
I thought we were joking.
No.
I thought that was the joke, is that we were
God
talking
damn
about
it.
real dolphins.
So now I'm just alone?
Yeah, I knew that he was talking about the dolphins.
Both of them came out of nowhere.
You really thought they were talking about actual dolphins?
I just never took the time to think about it. I wasn't for Hootie and the Blowfish. I was never sitting down. You know, like you have a song that's like powerful, impacts you, and change your life.
Hootie doesn't have any of those.
So I was never dissecting the lyrics. I was like, what do you mean by that? I just took it at surface level. Dolphins make him cry. And that I would SeaWorld. I don't know where he goes and how much he cries.
No, the first thing I heard when I heard that was that he was talking to like his sports team. Fuck me. Like that made sense to me right out of the gate.
Yeah, dolphins are scary. Well, Nick goes on to write, he goes, hopefully that helps you make the song make more sense. Sure. He says, now that I'm thinking about it though, considering how rapey dolphins are, I guess they probably do make people cry, Nick.
Yeah, because they'll just fuck someone's blowhole.
That's what they do. Mm-hmm. And they'll always do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, how far are they going to have to evolve a long ass way?
Imagine like you can't take him to court and cry foul.
You could. But
do you have a rape kit for dolphins?
Is there like a special courtroom for dolphins?
I feel like there's a joke in here somewhere.
There's great. There's tons of jokes. But the amount of time we spend talking about dolphins and silverback gorillas is a little concerning.
Yes. Dolphins seem to find their way in. To the blowhole.
Yes, they do. Come on in. Yeah. As they always do. Okay, should we get this thing going?
Yeah.
All right, episode 41. Let's fucking go.
41.
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
Nothing I can do. Only want to be with you.
Oh.
Sorry.
I thought that you were going to do a completely different song.
I didn't even know what I was doing out the gate.
Only want to be with you. Okay, Joe.
Yes.
This one is sent in by one of our wonderful kids who goes by Amore or Amor.
Okay.
Amor. It's not Amari, probably.
No.
Wish it was Mari Stoudemire. That'd be funny. He says, or she says, or they say every aspect of your life was kept track of like stats in a video game. When you die, if you were able to see 3 stats of your life, what would you most like to see? Like total number of steps taken, total weight of all turds produced, which I would love that one, total volume of semen ejaculated, etc.
That's a tough one. There's so many options. And then really depending on how much you cared about or what you thought was funny or how important you thought this little this tracking system was, it's going to vary largely from person to person.
Is there anything that like when I immediately like the turd one sticks out to me because I make a lot of poop jokes.
What? No way.
And people have brought it to my attention. Going back 15 years making videos, half the videos I ever shot of me are on the toilet. So that one immediately sticks out. Is there anything like that you see about yourself, like something you're always kind of constantly thinking about?
Yeah, I think the biggest one on a serious note would be the
semen ejaculated.
See how much have I come on my own shit? That would be number one. No, but it'd be how many people I've impacted positively or versus negatively.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just going to be like, how many people?
No. So what my time on Earth, did I come out with a net gain or did I just fuck a ton of shit up? And because that's where I find a lot of my happiness and purpose is in helping people through either like laughing or if I have a chance to, like volunteer my time or help you out, almost always I'm going to do it. There's certain times that I just can't do it or it's just way too hard to do it. It's like, oh yeah, no, I could help you, but let me get a babysitter to, drive my kids around. So, yeah.
Or you got to get off the couch.
Yeah, get off the couch. I got to quit taking a poop, quit jacking off. And that's no thanks.
That should be number one for everybody. Like if you, I mean, that's the whole idea of the pearly gates, right? And getting into heaven.
It's like the bridge, and
you're like ultimately, have you done positive in your life?
Search of the Holy Grail. What is your favorite color? What do you say? He goes blue. No, green. And then blah, just blasted. That's how I picture the pearly gates. Like just a little something.
Trap door that sends you to hell.
Yeah, if you didn't come out with a net gain and you fucked up a ton of shit.
I love that. They're like,
going down.
they got to crunch the numbers and you're just looking on the computer, you're watching. It's like that Matthew McConaughey meme where he's got the cigarette.
He's like,
you're looking at the numbers and then it's like you're tallying up. They're tally ho.
They go, they all look at it, and then he holds the calculator over the top of the monitor and upside down. It says boobs. And you're like, oh, he goes, get up here.
Boobless, yeah.
Come on, get in here.
I had you, though. For a second, I had you.
Honestly, I thought I was going to be on fire for eternity. You had me. You fucking got me.
So
I'm going to go have some crab legs and probably some sex with some spirits or whatever.
Crab legs and sex.
Just heaven stuff.
Are those two of your favorite things?
It's in
crab legs?
No, I don't even like crab legs because people do. They're expensive. Lobster. I would pick so many
lobster
things
and
over
crabs
lobster.
are different things.
They both are
sea spiders.
They're both scary, and we eat them.
Why do we eat them? Don't they just hang out on the bottom of the sea bottom?
The crabs you have in your crotch and the crabs that just are super bigger and in the ocean are pretty much the same thing. There's more meat on them, so you technically could eat those if you wanted to.
Isn't it weird, like what people have deemed
food?
Yeah, well, not just food, but like what's a valuable food?
Horse, dog. For us, it's like no. The rest of the world, like yeah. But and like for some reason, lobster or the delicacy, the crustaceans,
their delicacy.
We've talked about this a little bit actually. I mean, I have no idea what episode at this point. We mentioned. Like how many times you've made a decision in your life or you've left at this time instead of this time and you avoided a gigantic catastrophe in your life. So looking back, how many times were you barely avoiding getting either killed or seriously injured without knowing it? Just some left turn you took. If you would have either gotten there 5 seconds later, you would have smashed a kid. You know, the stereotype chasing a ball out into the street.
That did happen to me on my motorcycle. I think that's one of the things we talked about.
Yeah.
Half a second later, splat.
Right. And so how many of those have happened? Because you don't know. Yeah. And so that would really... And I don't know what benefit you get from knowing that, but it is pretty wild.
Well, if you do know that, are you... All of a sudden, do you stop doing things that you... Do you stop living?
Aspect if every
well, no, I'm asking you.
Oh, okay.
So like, if
you're dead, so you can't do shit. You're just finding out after you're already dead.
Well,
as far
fuck
as this
the pearly
question
gates.
is.
Let's go back Let's go back to just
find out now.
Yeah, someone comes up to you right now and they show you the numbers. They're like, this is how many times you escaped death by doing this. Would you see that and go, maybe I better dial it back a little bit? Yeah. And so maybe you're not having as much fun as you were before because you don't want to put yourself in positions. So in the back of your mind, every time you go to do something, you're like, ugh.
Right, did I leave at the right time?
Yeah. And then you overthink it.
If I freak out and then wait in my driveway for 10 more seconds, is that going to be the problem?
Yeah, maybe a meteor comes and hits your driveway.
My brain would be able to just ignore it. I'd be like, well, I'm alive now, so see you later. But it is interesting. It's interesting. This is a cliche one. Think about this. Ready?
Okay.
How many socks have you lost?
A lot. And they're always my favorite ones. Like it's my cool dinosaur socks. I just can't find the right one.
Yeah. And it is weird. Do you want a little life hack for you? No one said you can't do this. And I'm sharing it with you now. No one said that you have to take your little socky poos, okay? Little
and wash them?
And wash them. You can lick dry them. No. So you have your sockies. No one said that you have to take them and throw them in the laundry separately. What you can do is do a little fold over the top. So when they're done washing and drying, your socks are already paired together.
Does it wash them all the way though?
Yeah, you don't do it into a giant ball. You don't have to ball them up. But I mean, in a lot of ways, what's the fucking difference?
Well,
but you do a little scoop, little quarter, little scoop down the top.
So on the ankle part, not on the
yes,
because not on the dirty part.
and you fold it down there and you do a little twist. And then every time they're done, they're already put together.
Well, that requires forethought. Because a lot of times when you take your socks off, it's just kind of like a get them off and go. You're not thinking.
End of the day.
You're not thinking okay, when this goes through the wash and I get them back, in a couple of days, whenever it's going to be, you're not thinking about that.
I mean, I'm learning. I already know you don't do laundry at your house, do you?
No. Well,
how often?
I would do it all the time. I don't mind doing it, but my wife doesn't want me to.
Right, exactly. No, I'm just saying.
I used to do my own laundry all the time.
Socks are the worst.
Yeah.
Where do they go and why? It's just, and there's so many different sizes and colors. It's a fucking mess.
Honestly, I'm excited for the summer because I don't wear underwear anymore in the summer, and socks. A lot of times don't wear socks, so you're just kind of like, I'll worry about that in fall.
The sandal phase is
when I was in Mexico,
amazing.
I didn't pack much, but I still overpacked. I could get away with one pair of swim trunks and then maybe 2 pairs of just wearing around shorts.
Yeah.
I brought socks, didn't wear socks a single time. And I brought a pair of walking shoes and flip-flops. I only wore the flip-flops.
I mean,
so underwear gone, other pair of shoes gone. I could have lost another pair of shorts or 2. Get rid of those.
Just
2, 3 shirts,
1 wife beater, 1 tank top.
Yeah.
Well, spaghetti stains.
I mean, I could get like a Safeway bag and go for 2 weeks.
I think that's a big part of the appeal of just being in that zone.
Well, being
you
a
don't
dude,
need a whole lot. Yeah. Well, true. I know.
Well, I mean, my wife still had half the bathroom.
Yeah. You said your one shampoo with the 15-in-1. What are some? I mean, is there anything that comes to mind right away for you of what you would want to know? Or feel like would be super helpful outside of the total weight of your shit? I just love that. That's like anything you want. What would you like to know about your life, Brian?
So when I was younger, I always thought, so I picked my nose a lot.
Okay.
I still do. But, when you pick it and you roll into a ball or whatever and flick it and listen for it to hit the wall. This was when I was even way younger. I used to think if I was to take a thing and add it to and just start like a booger ball, how big that booger ball would be
by now.
Yeah, by now,
like a rubber band ball.
Yeah,
but just bugs.
But boogers. Oh, man. And then I remember and then the idea of having to take a bite out of it or something. But
god damn, that sucks.
But so But it's like when you pick your nose or something, you're wasting it. Like if I wouldn't have wasted any of them, if I would have saved them all.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's kind of like a savings plan, like a,
Yeah, sure. It rolls over.
Yeah,
you get it. Ball joke.
But yeah,
compound.
Yeah.
Compound rollover. Like a jawbreaker.
I found that's. Speaking of interest, compounding interest. That sounds interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, that's one of the it's kind of like a poop one. One of the really cool is how many murders have you come in contact with?
That's a huge one. I love that.
So someone's last week you said hi to an actual serial killer and didn't even know it,
or a crazy pedophile. You went over somewhere with your kids and then that you find out later, or maybe never. But that dude is a giant pedophile and you just had no idea.
Sat next to him on the airplane.
Yeah. Shit like that.
He's got frozen heads in his fridge.
Like some big criminal, whatever. It's murder or just whatever it is.
He's excited to get home and look at his frozen heads. And he's talking about how much he can't wait to get home. And you're like, oh, were you on vacation for a long time? Yeah. Just excited to see. And he's dropping hints the whole time that you're not picking up on.
Like at a restaurant, he leans over. He goes, "The prime ribs to die for."
Yeah,
and you're like, "Really?"
It's his family in the fridge.
He goes, "I get it. I get it every time I come here." Like, okay, thank you. And then he just continues on with his dinner, goes home, and then fucks the head out of his freezer.
Well, and it's maybe it's his family is in the freezer, or maybe they're locked up in the basement. He's like, I can't wait to see my family. Right. And you don't think anything of it because he's excited to see his family.
I'm going to take these leftovers home to my family.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So we could go on forever with this stuff.
Could you imagine keeping your family hostage in a basement?
No, I
can't. Then you go out and eat by yourself, and then you get a doggy bag, and they get the leftovers from your restaurant trip.
Toss it in like a fucking lunatic. God, that's terrible.
Your family has to fight over it because they're starving.
Yeah, they're trying not to eat each other, and you're just fucking having a time of your life at Applebee's.
Here's something to think about. This is one, like if you're hanging from a building and both your kids are in your hands, and the only way you're going to get them up is by letting one of them go.
Oh, I'd just be like, you guys ready? And I'd come over the top, and all three of us would go out at the same time.
But I mean, like if you think of that hypothetically,
I don't want to think about it.
It makes you sick, right? It makes you think about like having to make that decision.
But I know which one I'd save. I'm kidding. I have no idea.
Yeah, I was sitting on the beach in paradise, and these are the kind of things that I was thinking about.
Sir, one more? You're like, yeah. Hey, real quick, if you if you had a gun to your head, and every time he walks up, you keep doing this, but he has to do his job. One more, sir? He goes, yeah, if you can riddle me this. And just throw another fucking life dilemma at him.
Throw another 50 pesos at you.
He's crying from the last question you asked him. Okay. Just a couple more and we'll move on. How many strangers' photographs have you been in? You didn't know.
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, fucking crazy. How much alcohol or weed or whatever drug you want to put in there you've consumed, how many hours you've slept in your life. And then
I don't know how much pop that I've drank.
How much pop. But just shit like that. I think that's where I would go.
I think Amber and I were probably going to be in the back of some pictures of...
oh, absolutely.
We were in the background on the beach, and they were reenacting a fucking... proposal.
Reenacting?
I think so, because they were taking pictures. There was a guy with a camera, and she was going, and then they got up and walked off like nothing happened. So they were reenacting this whole fucking thing to get pictures of it, and my butt crack's probably going to be in the background.
TikTok's a weird thing, isn't it? You had to set up your proposal. Oh my God, that's terrible.
And there was like a guy, like a professional photographer there.
What if it was actually just, that's what happened? Could have been.
I thought that's what was going on, but then he was on the gun, and he got up and they just kind of walked off.
She would pose and they'd go over together and look at the photo, and they'd be like, no, they'd go back and do it again.
That's kind of what it looked like.
Oh man,
she's like, terrible. I don't like my hair in this one.
Yeah, oh my God, I was blinking.
A little sign. This is when you can tell that a woman is about to get her picture taken. Do you know the universal thing?
Get your picture taken. Number one.
Like the first thing they do.
I'm going hair back.
Well,
hair back.
It is.
Yeah, like hair. You put your hair somewhere.
Amber, it doesn't matter. I've seen so many girls do this, but like, so like, oh, will you get a picture of me? And like, you hand them the phone, or like even if they think about they're going to be in a picture, they'll reach for their hair and do like a little hair fluff. Every fucking time. Every time.
Spice it up.
And it's like, just the thought of having a picture and it's almost like Pavlov's dog, just right to the hair.
It's hair, and it's a quick look down to make sure that your boobs and everything looks good down the front, and then you're ready to go.
Yeah, and then I'm in a picture just like, like in a picture, I'm like, just take it.
Like, yeah, can I put my butt out? I'm like, God, yeah, Dad. Fuck, it's a graduation photo.
Can I hang my dong?
Can I put my dong out? Yeah, fuck, dude. It's weird though. We're at your funeral. We're at Mom's funeral. Like, she's what you wanted. Okay, let's move on.
She loves my sense of humor.
Dude, she fucking loved this stuff. I mean, she loved this dick. Am I right? Like, let's just go home. This is over. All right, we do have some pretty, some funny stuff for the thinking about.
Okay.
I mean, we have so much time between us. There's so many things to share.
I know.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, babe?
What are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
All right, so I mentioned Daddy getting into a little bit of pinball action, okay? And for whatever reason, not planned out. Wait, where is it?
Ooh.
Was this it? No, this isn't the fun. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find the... Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Somebody found the actual name of this track. I just forget who it was.
Oh.
Okay, so...
I did.
I got into pinball, and then Ezra, for whatever reason, just decided that now he loves bowling. I went from not bowling, either by myself or with anybody, for years with no bowling.
I avoided it for several years.
It just is not... something that's in my circle, you know? And I went bowling.
It's not in your alley?
Boom. Yeah, I'm usually just in the gutter by myself, not getting strikes. But he just loves it, got into it, and we bowled 2 days in a row. From never bowling in 3-4 years. I have no idea, whatever. Bowling, it's just bowling. And somebody
got a little Pete Weber on your hands?
Someone just got so mad when I said that. Like, bowling's just bowling.
Yeah.
And some guy's like, what?
Just bowling?
Unsubscribe! Just fucking out of here.
He's a huge Pete Weber fan.
Who do you think you are? I am. That's such a great quote. And then quick, before I go into the story, if you want something fun to do at a bowling alley, go there. Ask the shoe guy. You just ask, this is all you got to ask. What's the biggest shoe you have? And then they say the number, and then you go, I'll take it. Doesn't matter what they say. You could say 19, 15, 22. Doesn't matter. You're like, I'll take it. And then you just wear them and try to bowl with the biggest fucking clown shoes in the world.
And all of a sudden, like, Shaq walks in, can't find a pair of shoes because you're wearing them.
Yes, like cut the top off of some other fucking shoes. I know, but it's so funny. You just walk around with these giant flippers. Anyway, that's not what I'm going with.
That's when you're like, you're so good at bowling. You're like, I need something to change it up.
Right, I'm going to gag myself, tie this hand behind the back, and then wear a size 27 shoe.
Wear my pants backwards.
And wear these shoes. So we're going bowling, and this is the second day. No, this is the first day of the 2-day bowling bender that I went on. And me and Ezra walking into the local bowling alley here in Coeur d'Alene. I mean, it's not like I didn't want to take Pepper. Pepper just didn't want to go bowling, like really bad. I tried. I said ice cream and it'd be fun and we'll do.
Is it not cool enough?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. So Ezra and we go bowling, just us two, and we walk into the
There's
bowling
a couple
alley.
of guys heading to the bowling alley,
knocking some pins. What's the cool bowling shit? Beating drums. What the fuck do they say? Pounding bones.
Wait, what does he say in Big Lebowski? I'm hot tonight. I'm hot tonight.
I'm rolling turkeys.
Buscemi.
I don't know.
Whatever.
So we walk in, and when we do walk in, I was a little worried.
Throwing rocks tonight. Sorry.
What?
Throwing rocks tonight.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Fuck yeah. I'm glad that.
Yeah, it just popped in.
So we walk into the bowling alley, and it was a Saturday, so I was a little concerned that it was going to be too busy, right?
It's prime.
I know. So I'm worried about that, and because Ezra's Ezra and autistic, I had to explain to him, of course, on the way there that we might not be able to go today because if it's too packed, I mean, what can we do?
Has he ever bowled before this?
Yeah, but not, years ago.
Does he run the scoreboard?
No. Okay. It runs itself. You know damn well he would run it. You know that. But so we walk in there and it is packed. It's packed. And I'm like, God damn it. I'm a little worried, concerned. We walk in, there's these giant groups of people. I thought there's like, oh, wow, I didn't know 40 people had a fucking birthday today. Like every one of the little tables that sit just above the bowling lane, you know where they're at. They're higher up where you wear your street shoes and the bowling shoes are down there. So they're all stacked up here and it's table. And they're all pretty old and they're all just sitting there. And I'm like, oh man. So I'm a little concerned.
Thinking league's going on?
Yeah, whatever it is, right? League night, league day, afternoon, which makes sense because they're all old. Like there's, they're going
to be going to bed soon.
Yeah, league night starts at 8 a.m. So we walk by and we go up and we're standing in line behind some other people to go up to the desk where you're going to, obviously pay for your time and get your shoes. And I'm looking over the railing at the bowling alley place too. And it's full. There's a couple lanes open, but not many. And they're bowling too, right? And then as I looked at them, like no one was fucking excited. Like just throwing the ball, and they turned around and walked back, and no one was talking. No one's hooting, hollering over a strike.
No hooting and a hollering.
Doing no things. Like maybe one high five. And I was like, this is fucking weird. And then the more I stood there, I realized there's no music. No music is on in the bowling alley. So the whole bowling alley vibe is gone. And when you roll in there, that carpet says, you fucking ready? Mm-hmm. Like you're not even old enough to drink and they'll hand you a tequila shot. Like the vibe is like, you're getting fucked up today, bud. Mm-hmm. And we're going to have a good time. You're going to write in your diary about this. And I just kind of looked over at the other table that we walked by. No one's fucking saying anything. And I'm getting a little weirded out. And I look at Ezra. He does the same thing, kind of looks at me. And I just whisper, I go, why is it so quiet? He goes, I don't know. We're both just standing there. And as we waited in line, a couple more people in front of us, and I just zoned out a little bit, like kind of, I zoomed out a little bit, okay? And I looked around, and I looked back over at one of the tables of a lot of people, and there's a lady eating like a pretzel or whatever, and then she's, nodding, and she puts her food down, and then she starts signing, like sign language.
Like paper?
Yeah, she starts signing autographs. Apparently a big deal. Yeah. Didn't know that. No, she starts doing sign language, right? And I'm watching her, and then the rest of the table starts doing sign language, okay? And I'm like, what? No. What? And then I look past them at the other table of 20 people. All of them are doing sign language. Look out to the alley where people are bowling, and they're all doing sign language to each other. And the bowling alley is dead quiet. And I don't know what happened, but there are like 120 deaf people, and then me and Ezra it's in this bowling alley. And the guy who worked there, he wasn't deaf. I don't know. There's a bus or a field trip or whatever was happening, but that every single person, because we went right when it was open, or right when it opened. So they, obviously did too. And there was nobody that was, besides the staff and me and Ezra, that was not doing sign language. And then Ezra, he's very, empathetic. So then he starts crying. He goes, I'm just so sad they can't hear. And I'm like, it's okay. No, hugging. I was like, it's not like blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's not sad. Like they're not looking for, whatever.
They can all communicate.
Someone comes by and they do like the, excuse me. And Ezra starts, he's crying so hard. I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. And he stops, and I look at him, and I grab him by the shoulders, and I say, you don't realize how unique this experience is right now. I was like, but I hope to God when you get older, you realize you don't always walk into a bowling alley and everybody but you's deaf. Like that's just a really unique situation to be in.
Well, it's weird because not only is no one talking,
there's no music.
And every time you go into a bowling alley, the music is blaring.
Yeah. You're fucking, all the hits. You walk in, it's just like, take me home tonight.
Yeah.
I don't want pin noises and shit. Yeah. Just like
arcade game.
Wanda said, be my little baby. Fuck, we got to play some Eddie Money. We have to put some Eddie Money on.
Take me home.
Do you have any, have you ever been in a situation where you're doing something and then you kind of, do the zoom out, like the cinematic mental zoom out and go, oh, that's why, that's why something weird was happening.
God, I can't think of anything where it's like that, where you didn't realize the situation
heading in.
Yeah, all I can think about is just like when there's just if you're at a store or if you're at a restaurant and they're like just the people that are there are being ridiculous.
Oh, right.
And you're sitting there and you just kind of look at the person you're with like,
what?
How is everything this insane right now?
Yeah.
Like that, like every table, there's something going on. Something's going on with the employees. Everywhere you look, it's like
some weird shit.
Am I in a
is Mercury in retrograde?
Yeah.
Right now?
And you're just like, how are us two people sitting in this moment? And no one else seems to be thinking things are weird.
Like, yeah, you're the audience and you're just happen to be sitting like on stage.
Yeah.
For this big production.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what is happening? And you're kind of in this thing you're like, I'm glad someone's experiencing this with me.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't believe it if I was just telling this story.
I'm so pumped that you're here.
Yeah. I need someone. I mean, you and Ezra have a lot of those moments, the restaurant thing.
Recently, yeah.
Where it's
with
like
the cashier yeah.
I'm so glad that I can tell a story and go, right? You were there.
You got it.
Yeah, you saw this too. I'm not just making this shit up. I'm not schizophrenic.
I do have one more quick story, but I can't move on until we fucking play this song. So, if this song's not on YouTube, sorry, this video's not on YouTube. Apologies. Loading up. Oh my, this song is so
that intro
good.
Is so good.
Oh, do that. Yeah. It's coming. Whoa. All right, chorus. I just got to get there. Hold on.
This isn't Eddie Money, is it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
It is?
Yes. 100%.
home tonight. I don't wanna let you go till you see the light. Take me home tonight.
Who's this?
Listen, honey, just like Ronnie said.
Ronnie said?
Be my little baby.
Is it Ronnie? Why is it like Ronnie said? How important fucking Ronnie is?
Ronnie James Dio, is that what he's talking about?
I don't know, probably.
That's not Eddie Money, is it?
It is Eddie Money.
Is it really?
Yes, absolutely.
Because he did 2 Tickets to Paradise too, right?
Sure, probably. Maybe, I hope you're just fucking this all up. Because I've done that plenty where I'm like, yeah, this
it
band.
is Eddie Money.
Of course it is. I mean, if I'm that confident, you're gonna be like, no, it's not.
Well,
you don't know what you're talking about.
The reason I didn't think it was him is because he also does 2 Tickets to Paradise.
Oh yeah.
2 Tickets to Paradise. So he needs 2 tickets to take me home tonight.
Yeah, fucking
home is paradise.
Airfares.
Dude, that dude travels a lot.
All right, my one quick story before we get off to our dick today. One of the best, maybe the top prank that has ever been pulled on me. Okay,
by somebody
else, and it's so unique, and fucking brilliant, so I had just graduated college, and I moved up to Spokane.
Somehow you graduated.
I don't know how. I mean, fuck it, I woke up and I was like, whoa, I'm walking across the stage getting my degree. No, but I just
woke up on stage from the night before.
My friends are dragging me across the stage and they just laid it on top of my body. I'm like, thanks. So I move up here, and then one of my best friends, Steve, we live together in Spokane, Washington.
Spokane's best rock.
I'm having a good time, right? But we're new to the area. We don't know the scene. I meet this wonderful human. He's giant, which is also, he's like 6'8", 6'9". He's a huge human. He used to play basketball for Memphis, but a wonderful guy. And we got along like right out the gate at the school that I was working at, right? And so we're hanging out, and he's like, hey, let's start doing some stuff. And we hung out a couple times, just him and I, outside of the school work environment. And then this particular time, he goes, hey, we're going to go out tonight to a bar. And it is the Viking. Okay. Had no idea what the Viking was. No idea. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, my roommate, my friend Steve, like, we'll go. And he goes, yeah, fucking great. We'll see you guys there. We'll, be there at whatever time. It's back when you're pretty young. You're younger. So 8 or 9 o'clock at night felt like a reasonable time to go out. I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we go out and we pull in and we park and we go in. And we walk in and I text my buddy and he goes, no. He goes, I'm on my way. I'll be there in just a little bit. So, okay, we settled in, we get some drinks, walk up to the bar, we're playing some shuffleboard, and Steve and I are, opposite sides of the shuffleboard table, and we're playing shuffleboard. And then, these bros walk up, and they're like, hey, you guys want to team up? Like, we can play some shuffleboard, right? And we're like, yeah, of course. Like, no problem, of course. And so we're doing that, we're having fun, we're playing the game. They're so nice. They're buying me drinks, all this kind of stuff, right? And we're like, do we just make some best friends?
Do we become best friends?
This is awesome right now, right? And so like an hour and a half goes by, and I was like, text my buddy, I was like, where the fuck do you live? I was like, why are you so far away? And then he goes, no, I'm on my way. Sorry, I got caught up with something. I'm like, okay. And like another half an hour goes by. And I text him one last time. I was like, dude, we got to work tomorrow. And he writes back, he goes, hey, how's gay night at the Viking? Right? And I'm like, what? And then I do the zoom out, and it's just, it's lesbian couples and gay guys. And then Steve and I in the Viking. And again, love gays. Love them. Support them to death.
Yeah.
But so funny to just tell these guys that you're on your way and then never show up and just make them stay. And I never noticed. And then later it was like, oh. And of course we didn't leave. We're having a fucking blast. Yeah. I mean, we're like, no way. We're loving this. But it was, that zoom out moment was just like, there was guy couples and girl couples, and that was filling up the entire bar.
You were so caught up in the game to not even notice it.
No, didn't matter. It's also not that weird.
Well, no.
But like, you wouldn't notice that right away. You're like, oh, it's only pairs of the same sex.
Yeah.
It's just normal bar thing. It's friends going out together.
Well, what's funny is like these two guys you meet up with, in their heads, they might be thinking, this is leading to something. And you have no idea that's what's going on.
Having a great time, buying. I mean, who the fuck buys me drinks?
Yeah.
I was like, these guys are sweet.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
God, I feel like we're going to be going to games together. We're going to do all this stuff. And
because we're new to town. We're like, fuck, these guys are great. And then my buddy's just like, oh, it's skate night.
We used to, we used to go to the bar and just get hammered. And then when the bar would close, we'd go down to a place called Irv's, which was a gay bar. And they had poles. And we'd go down there and we'd just take over. And we'd dance on that pole. And we'd do like where I would climb up to the top of the pole and do like this pirouettes, like swing down. And everyone would be cheering. And, dude, I used to get my dick grabbed so much by dudes there. But I didn't even, it was like, I knew it was a gay bar. We were going there to have fun. And I don't, it was like, I'm not into dudes, but I'm also not weirded out that they might be into me. So it was like, there was just like, we were just having fun. And the women that were there, they're like usually straight women, but they just wanted to go dance.
Yeah, that's
so they knew that they weren't going to be hassled. Yeah.
I think of like top 5 times going out like on the bar scene of my life, 3 of them are in the gay bar. Just have a blast.
Everyone's having fun there. And you know what's funny is like you get you'll get these people that are like scared of gay people or whatever, or they're like homophobic where they're like, I don't want some dude like
checking me out,
hitting on me and checking on me, and then meanwhile he's just creeping out on some chick.
Right, it's
he's doing the exact same thing that the guys that he thinks that people are doing to him.
Yeah, I know.
And like he's so sexually attractive that he thinks all gay people are going to be into him.
I know. Yeah. It's a weird thing.
Calm down, dude. You're not that.
Speaking of gay bars, want to do some dick stuff?
Yeah, let's do some big girthy.
Ooh.
Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it cool? Then it's dick big.
How did you do on your driver's test?
I was mad I missed one. How'd you do?
Yeah, same. It was like, it's pretty easy.
Like I missed a yielding. Wait, the written one or the drive one?
Driving one.
You know what one I'll always remember? I pulled up behind a car at a stoplight, and I couldn't see their tires where they hit the road. That's a whole rule. Like you have to be far enough back so that you can see the bottom of their car. And I pulled up too close to them, and she looked over at me and went,
"Are you a tailgater?"
Not now. I was at a fucking stoplight. I guess, I don't know, missed it by a foot, but I think about it all the time.
You're part of the problem, Joe.
I know. I was like, can I see the bottom of his tires?
All right. Well, this guy, I'll just give you the headline.
Okay.
After failing a driving test, Brampton man goes crazy, nearly hitting 4 pedestrians.
Guessing that didn't help his odds.
No. A Brampton man's decision to protest a failed driving test by nearly crashing into a handful of pedestrians has ended in charges, police say. The Gulf police, called the Plaza Woodland Road.
It's okay.
Friday when man became irate after failing his driving test.
Man.
After driving, he began yelling at the staff before entering his vehicle and taking off through the parking lot.
Entering his vehicle.
What did I say?
Injuring?
Oh, he injured his... Well,
take that!
He might have. You stupid car! You're the reason I failed!
Kick the door.
That's when police say he attempted to drive through a pedestrian walkway, narrowly missing 4 people before doing burnouts in the parking lot. Fuck you! Just doing fucking donuts and shit.
And then what if he did he did a sick burnout?
Yeah.
You're like, never mind. Here you go.
That's pretty good. Like that's pretty good car control.
Like, okay. And they, give him the license. Like, this is what I fucking thought. That's some shit you do in some fingerless leather gloves.
Yeah.
That's exactly. You took the test without the fingerless leather gloves. And he goes, sorry, sir, you didn't pass. And he's like, fucking, fuck you, I didn't. He's like, get out, you pussy. And then
get out, you pussy.
He just fucking flies through a crosswalk.
I just love that, like the way that you show everybody that you're pissed that you failed a driving test is by doing everything wrong, illegal, and almost hurting people.
I would love
to. That's going to show them.
Yeah, I would love to know, what did he do? What did he fail on the driver's test? Was it just like tiny things?
Tiny little thing, yeah.
Or did he do some crazy shit?
Yeah.
And the driving instructor was, just lucky to make it back to the office. He's like, okay, when you put your left blinker on here, and he's like, skidding.
I'm sorry. You said left blinker. I thought you said rip a fucking turn on two wheels.
I thought you fucking rip a doney or like whatever cool shit would be.
Rip a gnarly doney.
He's like, okay, now accelerate slowly. He goes, yeah. Where's the NOS button, dude? This shit sucks, dude.
Fuck, dude.
The car sucks. What is this, 97?
The guys that say dode.
Dog.
Not dude, like dode.
No, where's the fucking NOS button?
D-O-D-E. Hey, what's up, dog? I saw dog.
If you're a driving instructor and you get in the car and you like sit in, you're like, hi, how's your day? He goes, pretty good.
What's up, dude?
Right there, like put all the seatbelts on.
Yeah.
Or get out. Or fail him immediately. Drug test him.
You walk in, you're sitting in the DMV, right? You're waiting for your turn. The guy walks out and he's like, okay, Colin Johnson or whatever. He's like, he gets out, he's like, oh, what's up? He does that whole thing. Like, oh, fuck, this is going to be a long day.
He's like, oh, you're just sick.
Fuck,
did you hit the slopes today? Or whatever? Do you skateboard? Your kids are fucking whatever? You're just trying hard to relate.
I was up early today, dude. I just got back.
I've been skateboarding for 36 years. I figured I better get my driver's license. You know what I mean? Fucking whatever. Guy's like, fuck, dude. I mean, he failed before he even pushed the gas pedal.
Oh, yeah. That guy failed when he woke up.
I mean, not related at all, but here's a little dick I want to show you, bud. Headline, woman finds husband's body while getting Christmas decorations 8 months after she reported him missing.
What?
I mean, sad, but also, fuck. An Illinois woman who reported her husband missing in April wound up finding his mummified remains 8 months later while looking for Christmas decorations that she hid away in the closet. The report released last week by the Madison County Coroner's Office confirmed that Richard, and look how they spell this last name. Is that, there's Maedge? I have never seen Mage? Is it Mage? 53. He died by suicide.
It's got to be Mage.
It's got to be. But Mage was reported missing last year. And he left one day after he called his wife Jennifer, told her he was leaving work early. Jennifer told police she returned that day to find Mage's truck parked outside their home in Troy with his wallet and keys left behind, but she found no traces of her husband and hadn't heard from him since. Police initially searched the couple's residence, which they described as a hoarder home. So this is a lot of it. They probably just like, dude, it smells so bad in here. I don't. Well, look,
it could be a dead body, or it could just be the stuff.
We will continue looking for your husband, but right now I need to leave. I'm going to throw up. Also, do you know you have 57 cats?
Dead cats.
Cats in all those newspapers are 20 years old. Hoarder home, but found nothing. Though they did notice a sewer-like odor. So then someone came over, they plugged the sewer drain, hoping to find that. Blah, 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 blah. But then it goes on to say, like, is Jennifer, I decided to put the Christmas tree up, and I was looking for a tote of Christmas ornaments, and that's when I discovered him. He had committed suicide. So to be in a position, and again, there's nothing funny about this, but a couple different angles of this. Would you, if let's say your wife was like, hey, I'm staying late, her car showed up, her vehicle at the house, and then you didn't hear from her ever again. Would you look fucking everywhere in the house, or is there a chance you wouldn't check the spot where the Christmas ornaments were? Well, I guess you also have to pretend that your house is a hoarder house to ignore the rotting human smell that would be emanating from there. Yeah,
like you'd have to be used to a smell of death to not notice
a smell of death.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know when you smell it. It's never like an off brand. Like that could be a rotting human body.
So she just thought he was missing this whole time?
Yeah, I just left and just didn't want to be a part of that anymore and just took off.
I guess if she thought he wasn't dead, like, just like he just said, fuck it, I'm out.
I mean, that's
a lot different than dying.
It is. Fuck. Do you think, okay, again, this isn't funny. Do you think that he did a little zoom out thing we've been talking about and he goes, I got to clean this up. And he goes, nah. And then just
what I want to know is how is he mummified?
Just hanging out in the closet for a long time. It was dry enough, I guess. I don't know. Not perfectly mummified doesn't necessarily mean like perfectly preserved, does it? I think it means like you've rotted to a certain state.
Well, no, a mummification is you're wrapped up like a mummy.
I mean, that's what I think.
It's a way of preserving.
But I'm guessing past. Yeah. Oh yeah, wrapping it in cloth. There's no way he wrapped himself, and maybe they just used the wrong word.
They had to, unless
mummified is to embalm and dry as if it is a mummy.
Yeah.
So mummify means that he was like embalmed.
It's a process.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just an article. Maybe the dude used the wrong word, or I mean, he was thinking ahead. That's so sad. And he's like, dude, I'm not. First of all, this kitchen is a mess. I haven't done dishes in 14 years, and I'm not, not about to. And then he embalms himself first, and then maybe that's how he killed himself.
The embalm went through his fluid and killed him, and then preserved him.
Yeah, preserved him in the closet.
I guess if you hadn't done dishes in 14 years, I might kill myself too.
I know.
Like the idea of, am I really going to have to clean 14 years of?
Yeah. When the fluids are dried up or removed from the skin is what he says mummified is.
Yeah, like the Egyptians used to do that way back. That's an old process.
Didn't have a strong odor at that point. It finally went away. Yeah, so they're using mummified as not wrapping, because that would have been really weird. He's like, I'm out of here, and then does the old it spins, like has some toilet paper mounted to the wall, and then just spins in a circle, like in the closet. And he's like, okay, all ready to go. But I just can't imagine that.
I just think it's a whole thing that he was wrapped, and it was around Christmas time. I just picture him being like wrapped in gift wrap. He was mummified in gift wrap.
He opens the closet.
She's like, oh, wait, there was a present left over from last year, and he's got a bow on it.
Yes. He's got the lights are sun activated. And he has a little music chip. She's opens the door, and it's just that super shitty 8-bit tone. It's ding, 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 ding.
It's like those cards that you get. They play music when you open them up.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. And then the lights are doing a display. It tells you to tune into which radio station to sync it up with the music.
Yeah, an AM station.
He's a little bow on his head. And he says, sorry, I couldn't do the dishes. Sorry, just get a bulldozer. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, let's do some petty beef.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick on the back of this, because I fumbled reading a little bit.
Okay.
I need to read the email again. Someone sent in, I forget who sent it. They said, this is for Brian in the reading. And I think it was supposed to be a helpful thing, which I need to go back and read it.
Okay.
And she says, I tend to do this because I have ADHD. So she says when she reads, she looks too far ahead. And that's what I've been trying to explain when I'm reading. I keep saying, I keep looking too far ahead, and that's why I get fumbled up. So hearing somebody say
that they
do it, and that's why I do it, it's probably what it is. I've always thought I had ADD or ADHD.
I bet you do.
So it's not that I can't read, it's that I'm trying to go too fast and look ahead, and that's why I get fumbled.
Totally.
So I need to go read that email again, and
maybe we'll bring it back in next week
and thank her.
Thank her for relating.
I don't feel like such a piece of shit.
Ready to settle a fight?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Silence in the court.
You are now entering the petty beef courtroom, where all sides of some bullshit will be heard and evaluated. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final-ish. This is Petty Beef.
I got my lawsuit on. That's for a joke from I don't know how long ago, because it's a month ago now. You ready to hear the Petty Beef?
Think that's how lawsuit came into play?
Sure. I'd like to believe it is. That's a sweet lawsuit.
I'm gonna give you a lawsuit, and they're like, oh, sweet.
You're sick, dude. I needed a new suit.
And what it was like, I'm giving you a suit to wear because I'm taking you to court. And that's how the term lawsuit came into play.
Okay.
Do you think so?
I don't know. We'll have to do some
just
digging.
make that up?
Yeah. Okay, so here's our petty beef for this week. It was sent in by our daughter, Charlotte. Are you ready? Not funny. That's okay. All fights don't have to be funny. It says, hey, guys. I have a petty beef with my boyfriend. We've been talking about having children, but every time it's brought up, he has a different answer. Sometimes he wants them, sometimes he doesn't. That is such a dude move.
Maybe, I guess.
I mean, fuck. I don't know. What do you want to do? He already has one of his own. So that's in there. The last time I brought up having kids, he said, and I quote, "I already don't get to see the one I have. Why would I want more?" His baby mama is a cunt. But that's another story for another time. I have a problem with this because, number one, I want kids. And number two, it's not my fault that she's a cunt. So my question is, bitch. Well, it's funnier.
Yeah.
So my question is, should I call it quits now or should I try and work through this?
She wants us to determine whether she stays with her. Well, it is her boyfriend. It's not like it's her husband.
Yeah, fuck me. Meaningless.
Didn't take his name or anything.
Meaningless. Write in with something important, Charlotte. Dumb. This is... But okay, going back to the guy
It's not
thing,
dinner.
It's not a dinner choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like difference between the question of like, hey, like, do you ever want to have kids someday? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you know, probably, or this is that, and being a little loose on that. But when it comes down to like, hey, we should have kids. But then I'm going to flip this really quick and say, if you, Charlotte, why are you guys not married? I mean, again, like you don't have to be married, but how serious is this? I mean, I'm not all for marriage. It's so weird to be like, I love you so much. Let's get the government involved. But how in love are you guys? How long has it been? Why is the kids thing you want to have? Has it only been like a year? And you're like, I want kids. Yeah, I mean, that would freak out a lot of people. And it's like, I don't know.
Knowing, okay, so I can relate to this in this way. When I was a kid, when you're a kid, you always assume you're going to have kids. Like I just like, well, my grandparents had kids. My parents had kids. I'll have kids.
I'll mess up eventually.
And then you grow up and you're like, well, do I want kids? I never really kept thinking about like, do I want kids or not want kids? And then Amber and I got together, and then we'd talk about it every once in a while. Like, yeah, I mean, I would do that whole thing. And then it was like, you know, we did everything, the steps though. We got married and then did all that. So we were ready for it. But if she hadn't pushed for it, like what I have said, all right, it's time to have kids, probably not. So for me, it was kind of like, I guess if it happens, it happens.
Right.
But if she's feeling like this is something I really want to do and I want to do it fairly soon, then I think you need to have a serious...
Yeah.
What's weird is he's already gone through a child thing. So maybe he's like, maybe had a terrible experience. He's like, I don't want to do
sounds
that.
like it.
Yeah.
Because he had a kid and he doesn't get to see the one that he has. I'm not sure if that's like an exaggeration, like never gets to see the kid because the ex is doing whatever some exes do.
Sounds like he needs to go to court.
Or, I mean, we
Lawsuit.
don't know. There might be a reason.
Well, yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. We don't know. But that is a tough one.
If it's on the guy, if she needs to look at that and go, well, it's his fault he's not seeing his daughter. Why do I want to have kids with a guy that's not making an effort?
I already did that once. Chances are he's probably going to do it again.
Yeah. If it's his fault. If it's...
yeah, well, whatever. What it all comes down to quote Alanis Morissette, is how much do you like this guy? And if he does keep waffling on this and you don't get a straight answer out of him, you got to go.
I'm curious how old she is.
How important are kids to you? And if it's like top tier, like it is for a lot of people, see ya.
How old are you, Charlotte?
Tell us.
It's weird. Like, I don't see like a early 20s girl being named Charlotte. I know like kids are named, you know, when you hear a name, you're like Larry. Like, I don't,
that's a 70s name.
Larry was never a kid. Larry's just always been an old man. So like, is she 35, 36? Because if that's the case, she's like, her clock's ticking now.
Right.
Now it's biology.
But if she's like 19, 20.
Yeah. So I think that has a big difference. I think she just needs to make a decision. Like she's got to know this guy well enough by now
to even want to have kids.
To be like, is this the person I want to have children with?
I agree. Well, there you go, Charlotte. Hopefully that helped in some way. You're just gonna have to make a choice soon. You can't wait around forever for him to be like, I don't know. And then next time he's like, fuck yeah, dude, let's do it. But like, that just means he wants to have sex. And next time he's like, never mind.
That part is fun when you're like, when you know you're going for kids and you just don't have to, you don't care.
Just reckless.
Yeah.
Just like let it fly.
Yeah.
That's a sweet 1 week.
Yeah. Well, once she
Worth
gets
it.
pregnant, and then now
Yeah.
you still can't get pregnant again.
True. And it's a matter of how much does she want to keep doing that. All right. We got some good stuff. Want to do some good stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hooray, we aren't doomed.
Well, you like cats. You have a
Yeah.
couple cats.
Yeah, I didn't always like cats, and they just showed up one day, and I'm like, yeah, these
I
are
guess
pretty
I
cool.
like cats now.
Guess I like cats now.
Well, Sussex pet owner, Sussex, that's in, where is that? England somewhere?
It's in Sussex.
Sussex pet owner uses dating app Grindr to find missing cat.
Phew, okay. That's awesome.
Twitter user shared a screenshot from his app which showed a photo of the feline looking quite unimpressed among several other Grindr user profile pictures. Registered under the name Missing Cat, the Brighton-based Moggy is described as goofy, chill, and curious, with interests such as karaoke, movies, music, and reading.
Oh, man.
The dating profile says that the feline is a 23-year-old single male with an average body size and specifies that he's looking for dates, relationship right now,
Yeah,
like
things now.
immediately.
Tonight, let's do it.
As well as finding his way back home, of course.
Yeah.
So they actually have a picture of the cat.
Again, like looking like cats do.
Yep.
Cats are rarely looking like they're happy to be there.
Yeah. And so they made up a whole profile for this cat.
Mm-hmm.
And so it says, a bit strange, but our house cat's gone missing. If anyone has seen this cat, please message me to let me know. It would be great. Thanks. And it put all this ethnicity, white, body type, the pronouns, the gender, all of this kind of stuff they filled out.
The position.
Yeah, the position. Bottom. If anybody
Power
that uses, they generate most of the power. I've never used Grindr.
Yeah, no, I have not either.
You haven't used Grindr? I know you've been using...
just a lot of fun ones.
I know
Seeing
you've
what's
been
out there.
using-
Don't use
But anyway,
any of them really, but yeah.
They long story short, the cat found its way back home. And it was all because of the app. Creating
amazing.
a profile and...
That's a creative way and much more effective than printing out flyers and stapling them to a pole.
like flag or a foul or whatever. Foul pole? Baseball.
He's going around to a baseball
You
field.
imagine like you're at
The staples aren't going in.
You're at like
Sir.
a pro baseball game, and then you go up to the sign, you're clicking, and the people come over. Sir, what are you doing? I have a missing cat.
My cat. Have you seen him? What? God damn it. But that's a great. I never would have thought of doing that for. I've come across some that are just like dumb meme pages, like just no profile picture, just memes.
You know what's funny about that is
weird.
like let's say you're looking for a date or a hookup or something. You're going through there, and then you just go through a string of like made up profiles, and then you forget that you're there for actually looking for somebody, and you're just like laughing and reading fake profiles.
Cool.
It's kind of like a social media thing.
Cool. Okay. Amazing. Great. I actually am going to, that'll be forever in the back of my head if one of the animals were to go missing. I guarantee you. I'd be hopping on the apps and throwing it out there. Why not?
Yeah.
Who cares?
You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe your neighbor will be on the app.
Maybe your neighbor's the power top that cat's looking for. You know?
The
bear?
Yin to your yang.
Yeah, something. Ying to your dong.
Did you ever say yin yang?
Not unless I was talking about the yin yang twins.
Yeah.
It's the only reason.
How old were you when you realized it wasn't yin yang and it was yin yang?
Right now, I still didn't even know it was that. So
yeah,
that's
it's
something.
yin and yang. But I used to say yin. It's obviously it's yin and yang.
Yeah, of course. Duh. All right, I found something pretty cool on the internet.
Okay.
I'll show it to you.
The internet is pretty wild. Depending on your browsing habits, you can either experience something super cool or go to prison. Crazy, right? Let's check it out together as a couple. Hey, look what I found.
Yes! That's awesome! We do some graphic editing, you and I, Bry Guy. We have to do things and edit things and use Photoshops.
Yeah.
Heard of it. And programs have gotten better and better. I mean, even some phones do it, but a lot of them don't do it very well. And I have found to this particular website, one, it's available to everybody if you can get to the website. It does a really good job, okay? And what I'm talking about is when you want to remove something from the background, any object,
Ex-girlfriend.
people, any text or whatever, you want to get it out of the picture. You go and you upload it, and you do exactly what you're used to if you've worked with apps like this, where you highlight the zone. This one, I messed around with a couple different photos, or a few different photos, and I didn't have to be even close. I didn't have to zoom in and like really pay attention to my lines. I just kind of flapped around a person, and then it just loads, and then the person's gone. So the website is cleanup.pictures. That's it. Cleanup.pictures. And you go there, you upload what you want, and then you just scribble on whatever you want, and it goes away. There's a couple examples for you to play around with, Bri, if you're on that page. But anything here on this table, it's wild. Just rub the brush like a lunatic over it, and it goes away. It does a really good job of getting rid of it. So just following up on more of that AI stuff that we've been doing lately. But instead of the text vein, this is what's going to be happening with pictures.
I wish I had this shit when
I know. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, obviously, every generation, like I could say this and someone would be like, oh, really? Because I had to blah, blah, blah.
Both ways.
But when I was learning Photoshop, this was 2003. This was 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was still pretty rudimentary. You could do all the designing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to get something out of a picture, it was a whole fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so when I was at my last job, I hired a graphic designer. She came in, and she is like, at the time, she was like 15 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
So she came in learning the new Photoshop, which I was still using techniques from the old one.
Right.
And we had these things, and she would just go, boop, 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 boop. Things were gone. I'm like,
see ya. I know.
That takes me 2 hours.
Fuck. I know.
And now you can just use a fucking website. You just upload it, and it spits it out. Are you kidding me?
Wiggle it. Anywhere. Just like blah, 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 anywhere towards that book, and the book will be gone in the desk behind
That's
it.
insane.
Will look pretty good. Like, it's not going to be absolutely perfect, but all
you need is pretty good.
I know. It's pretty cool. So if you work in the graphic design vein, or just ever come across a photo and you wish somebody wasn't in it, head over to cleanup.pictures.
Dude, I tell you what, from going to school to learn that, I wish I wouldn't even have gone to college if I had all this shit
all this
now.
stuff. Like, I'm all set. Thanks, though.
Yeah.
All right. Want to hear from the kids?
Yeah.
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
Keeping the workplace accident theme going. They've haunted me. And we got another doozy to add to the bin of just shit that's taken place. Our son Holden, he says, hey guys, local son Oregonian Hayden here.
Holden,
what'd I say? I said Holden. I said Holden the first time, then Hayden the next time.
Hayden's like 15 minutes away.
No, I said local, and I was like, cool, now you're Hayden. Chase call him Hayden. Like, he even put the phonic spelling in.
And there's a Y in his name, which is kind of...
Yeah, I know.
To me, if... In your defense, it looks like a misspelling.
It does. All right, so Holden, this has got a hell of a safety story for you guys. I work in a plywood mill here in Southern Oregon. Won't mention it for legal reasons, but this did not happen to me. And you'll see if it did, like, remarkable that he was able to type it. This has not happened to me, but we've all had to watch the footage. As you'd expect, in a mill, there is a lot of heavy equipment all around everything. It's moving, rolling, cylinders, chain systems with gears all over. So there are a lot of safety cages blocking these dangerous areas. Well, sometimes the wood will get caught in these gears. Normal procedures are lock out, shut it down, enter the damaged area, clear the block, and then you unlock it, okay? I'm sure it's posted in giant block letters, multiple places. He goes, well, a heister driver, I don't know what that is, but it doesn't matter, decides after seeing a jam to enter the area unlocked and just quickly grab it. Just get that little piece out of there. We all wear gloves. So when you go in there to grab that piece of gears, it grabbed that glove and then pushed his right hand into the gears and the chain and twisted it like a twist tie. His immediate reaction was to use his other hand to grab the caught hand, which resulted in the freeing of the first hand, but then catches the second hand. That's not funny, but I just picture it to keep going like a cartoon. He's like, ow, and then grabs it. Oh God! And he puts his foot up there. He tries to push his other hand
runs
out.
over.
Right. Oh God! And he just uses his other foot to try and he's like, okay, he's trying to bite it, try to bite his shoelace. Yeah, somebody runs over like, I got you. And then before you know it, the entire staff is ground into the gears. Okay, so anyway, without laughing, freeing his first hand by catching the second one, same result, twisted his fingers right off. He lost 3 fingers. The second one lost 2.5. And because he did not follow procedures, he got nothing. Got more for you fellas. If you read this one, send it in. Got a man that got scalped, but a barn truss on a demo once. I mean, these all sound cool. Love the stuff. Keep it up. Much love from Morgan.
Oh, what if he was walking through a barn or he was really fast or something and it just, oh my God.
So that's fun.
I mean, it's any construction things.
What's the worst thing that can happen to us in this environment?
Yeah.
I trip and like, ow.
Stub a toe on a stool.
Hit my tooth on a padded microphone cover.
Or you get a little shock.
Oh, my lower back hurts a little bit.
Dude, my back does hurt. Or my butt or my tailbone hurts from these stools.
I know. At least we have all of our fingers, though.
That's true. Well, yeah, we got to fill out these fingerless gloves. Imagine a fingerless glove with like missing 2 or 3 fingers.
That's the only case.
It would look like this.
Look a little cooler. Yeah, just always peace
What's
sign.
up, buddy?
Sorry.
Soda.
What were you going to say about construction working? There's a lot of shit everywhere.
Yeah, just that, I mean, it's crazy like that people work in certain environments. Like it's...
Yeah.
And how there are not more people that are just gone.
Well, we're learning that there's a ton.
Yeah, there are.
There are.
But like, it's crazy that like there's, I don't know.
I know.
There's industries out there that exist that people work in.
Where you make you go to touch a piece of wood and you get your hand twisted into a fucking twisty tie.
Well, think about like Deadliest Catch, something like that. Like, do we not have a drone boat that can go out and catch crabs?
Do I have to be here? Yeah.
Like, do we need people on this boat?
Well, good question.
You know
Eventually,
what I mean?
no. Eventually, you will not. So
it's just like these boats are built so that it'll tip over. You know, all the water that rushes over.
Probably fine without you there. And the analytics will let you where you put the pots. Yeah, I know. We'll get there.
I don't know.
We'll get there.
Well, that's just that's AI taking over more jobs though. So
it's all right. There's other jobs to do. Well, that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to read our second email, sir?
Sure.
What do we got?
Okay. Hi. Who's doing it? Emily.
Hi, Em.
Telling us an amazing dating story.
Oh.
Hi, daddies. I don't know why I did that. I was thinking about what Joe said about hunting and fishing pictures in dating apps and wanted to share a story about a date my sister went on.
Can't wait.
Out in rural Wyoming, my sister went on a date with a guy she met on a dating app.
Mm-hmm.
He was a typical county redneck type, but it was nice enough to get on a second date.
Woo!
He's probably a gentleman.
Yeah. Open the door and see.
And such.
Mm-hmm.
On the second date, they went out and had some supper. Fairly normal date so far.
Yeah.
Once dinner was done, he said he'd got her something. You'd think it'd be flowers or chocolates or some kind of early dating gift. This redneck motherfucker brought my sister to his pickup truck, parked outside by the lake, just added that myself, the restaurant, and pulled out a freshly killed coyote from the trunk. Not skinned or gutted, blood dripping out the mouth and everything. My sister was obviously disturbed by this gift. I have something for you. He said he had just shot it out in the field that morning and thought she'd like it for some reason. I guess on his mind, this was a way of showing he was a good provider or some other caveman-like thought. Needless to say, there was not a third date.
Aww.
Pro tip out there for guys, gals who like hunting. Dead animals are not a good date gift. Stick to chocolates. Love the show, guys. You're not dead animal lover, Emily.
Oh, man.
I get.
Close your eyes.
I get in in theory that he's like, like, see, if we get together, you'll never have to worry about a meal.
You'll have coyote every night.
Yeah, we're going to be
eat like a peasant. But at least you'll be eating, am I right?
You'll never go hungry.
Never go hungry. You'll have coyote.
This is what you got to look forward to.
Yeah. I picture the situation a little bit further than that, though. Like, close your eyes.
Puts it around her shoulder.
No, or like, put out your hands.
Yeah.
And he just lays a bloody dead coyote. Okay, open them. Holy shit!
She freaks out, yeah.
Oh, what's wrong?
What's wrong? Yeah.
What's wrong?
Hell, you don't like it?
You don't like it? I'll give it back. I like you anyway. Good for nothing. Burnout. Back to the country. See ya.
Hops in his Ford.
Fucking cranks up the music. And he's just fucking parked out by the lake.
Fucking Freebird.
Of course, it's Freebird. Well, that's show 41. I felt pretty good.
Yeah.
And, get back in the saddle. We've been, took a few weeks off. So if you want to be a part of the gaggle, remember the content will keep going after every episode. You just got to support us. There's 3 different tiers to choose from. Patreon.com/CanYouDon'tPodcast. A link in the episode description. We're on all the socials. Video version on YouTube. And if you have something you want to see on the show, if it's an article, just some funny story, responding to something, you want to hear it on Hey Guys, whatever it is, send it in to heyguys@canyouDon'tPodcast.com. Then rate and review us wherever you listen to your podcast. And a big thanks to the babysitters who moderate our Facebook page.
I think we're going to add some stories to the Patreon thing, right?
Some stories?
Or like we're going to throw in a couple things. Like we're going to spice it up a little bit.
Spice it up. Put some shit in there. I mean, it's a ton of content, but I mean, we're always down to do more. We love you guys. That's what keeps this show going. So
So come on in.
Come on
with your bad self.
And everyone who comes in, you get one dead coyote.
That's right. You gotta support our coyote hunting habit.
That's just what we're into. That whole story was just me. Just telling a story about me on the first date I went on.
And I was me. I was the girl.
Exactly. All right, let's wrap up this show.
Okay.
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
It is a not. All right, fucking killing it. It's not a dad joke this week, okay? Just something I want you to think about. And with your love for the English language, we'll just put this in there too, right? Don't you think it's kind of odd that the word lisp has an S in it? I mean, lisp.
And
I mean, it just seems a little insensitive.
And the fact that...
What do you have of lisp?
It's the I and the S and the P. Like those are not common letters to be next to each other anyway. Lisp.
No, it's like you have to correct them. I know what it is.
Yeah, you can't help but kind of lisp for yourself when you say it. Lisp.
I know you want to. Lisp. Really a missed opportunity there. It should be LITHP.
I was just trying to think if there's any other words that have an SP that aren't at the beginning of the word. Whisper.
Oh, I'm sure. But there you go. That's a little food for thought for you. You like it?
Did you say it's a little food for thought for you?
Mike Tyson?
Yes. I like that. I enjoy it. My defense is impregnable. I eat his children.
Bonus part. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, all you kids. We'll see you guys next week.
Ding,
Love
ding,
ya.
Ding, ding.